Alrighty guys, hello and welcome back to the show. Today we have a cast on the cards for you guys. Let's go ahead and get into introducing the players real quick. We'll call this Team 1 up here at the top, Team 2 down here at the bottom. Starting in the forward or the northern forward position, we have Rowan Morse, YT. He is going Seraphim, opening first land. Rearguard air position for Team 1 is going to be playing on Android. He's going Aeon, opening first air. Hopefully he's not playing on an Android. I feel like an Android isn't going to run Supreme Commander that well, but we'll see. Down to the southern position, we have Maximus Triple X. He's going Cybran. Beautiful. What a beautiful decision. Going first and second land, it would appear. Shifting down to the southern team, we'll start with the northern position. We have Sergeant Syphilis. He is going Cybran, opening first land. Looks to be second air. Down to the other forward position, we have another Cybran. We have Stasm going first land, as is yet undecided as what he's going to be doing next. And last but certainly not least, rearguard air position for team number 2, we have Dante. He's going UEF, opening first land, already going for the Hydro. How very sensible. So now that we've got the players introduced while things are kind of kicking off here, I've been quiet for a while. And the reason was my wife came down with the sickness last week. And then I got up and came down with the sickness as well. But so we stayed in self-quarantine, and I'm just getting over it. I still got a little bit of a stuffy nose and everything, but most other symptoms have passed. So if I sound a little nasally in this cast, I'll try and fix it in post, but that is kind of where we're at right now. So that's why I've been a little bit quiet, but I'm really happy to get back, really excited to get back into this, get back into creating content for you guys. And sorry I was gone for a little bit there. This replay was sent in to me by Sergeant Syphilis. He's part of the Discord that Stasm and I managed together. So if you guys have any videos or any casts that you guys would like me to make, you can join the Discord or message me privately on Discord. My handle is always down in the description below. It looks like we got some action though on the cards. We got a Hunter running into a couple of Mantis. That's a little bit of a mismatch there. Engineer for Stasm is also going to get picked off, trying to go for the middle transport Rex off of this kind of dividing line. There is similar raiding activity though going out from Sarge. He's got a Mantis as well as a Mole moving towards the north. We do have what looks to be a Tham as well as a Selen in hot pursuit there from Rowan. So see if that Mantis is able to evade detection for long enough, get into the back line, maybe pick off that engineer, but time will tell, I suppose. Cybran are pretty quick. The engineer's going to start moving on though, and I think that's going to be it for this little raid from Sarge. You have a drop on the way though from playing on Android, so even though he's playing on an Android, not letting his hardware slow him down and grabbing one of these side islands. It's a Chariot. It appears to have 2 engineers on board, so going to be dropping those off to secure that island. From Dante, we also have a transport laden with a lot more engineers, as well as 1 striker on that transport as well. So plays his cards correctly, he could seize control of this northern island from playing on Android. Engineers get to work on a land factory. They're going to need to start pushing out a couple of flares after that to be able to respond to the striker. So we'll keep our eye on that as that develops. As far as forward momentum, looks like Stasm's brought his comm out and has used that to actually vacuum up the reclaim here. It's tired of losing engineers in the front, I suppose. Does Dante know about this drop over here? So he will have now scouted it with this Hummingbird. We have a striker looking like it's going to be moving to intercept and take out those engineers. Land factory is online, but it is idle. Could put out a couple of flares and deal with this. Dante goes to work on a T1 point defense. And at the southern side of the map, Maximus has actually got a distance build going on a T1 land factory as well, pushing out a Hunter as well as a Scout. Going to try and hold this bottom island as best he can. There's a bomber in from Sarge. Bomber looks to be vectoring in on the Mole's location. Just passing. Just doing a flyby. Maybe a pamphlet drop. We're not your enemy. We're your friend. Does push out a Lobo. That Chariot's gonna die on the ground. Now he starts creating flares. I think it might be a little too late. As it's questionable whether a flare is ever gonna make it off of the production line. Does make it off and then is immediately eviscerated, so Dante will be the lucky winner of the Northern Island. And as things are shaping up here in the middle, got Maximus's comm busy building and taking a couple of love taps from these Mantis as they run on by. Does have his own Mantis in response. And on the other side of the map, we do have Rowan pushing on Sarge. Sarge, though, with a little contingent of T1 Mantis, gonna respond and actually bring Rowan down to roughly equal HP, so these guys can trade blow for blow now, even with the Cybern HP pool deficit that he's working with there. But it does look like he is going to be retreating, marshaling his forces, and moving in for another day. Now we have a drop here from Dante. Dante thinks better of it, though. Interceptor, though, coming in from playing on Android. It's going to pick up that courier before it's able to make landfall. And that's unfortunate. Dante being greedy there. Already got the top island. Wants to go for the bottom island as well. Maximus, though, first one there, playing on Android. Johnny on the spot with those interceptors to make sure that no such expansion is allowed to happen, not while he's playing air. Both sides reclaiming a decent amount. Getting all these individual trees. Don't give you very much mass, but if you're not doing really anything else with your engineers, you might as well use it. Attempted a run by there from Rowan, not really going to get him anywhere. And with T2 upgrade going for Stasum right now, so firebase activity imminent. Potential standoff, which is always fun. And this is a little bit of the calm before the storm right now. Both front players do have a good amount of T1 units at their disposal. Rowan does engage in range of this auto gun. Not advised for the long-term health of your commander. These Zuis will probably vector in on the auto gun and take it out short order. As of right now, they're actually focusing on the commander. That's just going to be a little bit of a standoff, I think, for now. Let's check in with our air players. So, 3 air factories up for playing on Android. Not making the jump to T2 yet, it doesn't look like. Getting a good amount of energy production up. Let's see where our good buddy Dante is. So Dante is making the jump to T2 air right now. Only 2 air factories up. Got them all ringed with power generators. But he will have superior tech at his disposal, even if he doesn't have quite as many T1 units to work with. Rowan in his retreat is now elected for a gun speed and range upgrade, so wants to make sure that his commander is able to fully and completely dismantle any T1 spam that Sarge might send his way. Also got a gun speed and range coming in for Maximus, so different strategies coming in for the players on the southern side of this divide. Stasum is looking for a little bit of a PD creep here with a Cerberus turret on the way, and Maximus is looking to maximize his comp's potential in the combat game with gun speed and range. I would expect Maximus XXX to maximize any activity, and wow, everybody's getting gun speed and range at the same time. Sarge 20% on his own gun speed and range upgrade, so lots of gun upgrades coming in for everybody at 9 minutes into the game. This point defense, though, gives Stasum a good place to creep forward as well as fall back if he needs to. If this gun comp begins overwhelming his units, which, as we see right now, it will begin doing. Begins just machine gunning down these Mantis. Responds with his own T1 spam as well. That's going to put Stasm in full retreat. First Cerberus turret does lock in though, straight into range of that T2 PD. Second one about to come online. And that's going to start putting the hurt on those T1 units. I wonder why the second one isn't firing. Maybe no radar? I'm not sure. Oh, now it decides to shoot. Cerberus taking a pounding. Second one is not going to get online in time. Maximus is calm though, also taking a little bit of punishment there. Does vet, so essentially regains all of the HP he might have lost from that initial point defense. And this dude just does not care about point defense, man. Stasm's T1 is going to get mopped up here. That's not good. Man, now Stasm's comm under threat from Maximus's gun comm. It's not a good spot to put yourself in. He does still have the cover of that one Cerberus turret, who is very confused about what it wants to shoot at. Whoa. You see that laser do like a hard left off the screen? Old games, man, they're so fun. They have little bugs and little visual artifacts in them. Little Easter eggs for you to find. Stasm's calm though, taking a pounding here. Maximus starting to run low on units. He's let this Cerberus live for far too long. He's put that off for far too long. Does end up taking it out. I think he just commits right now and takes out Stasm. Stasm dropping to 3,500 HP. 3,000 HP. Is any help coming? No help in sight. Definitely commit down to 1,200 HP. Oh, he decides to switch up target priority to the T1 units. Oh no. Now Stasm's comm is either out of range or he doesn't have a visual on it. But either way, even if your comm is alive for now, you still got the problem of a gun comm marching into your base with little to nothing to stop it. Engineers airlifted in from Dante. Might want to get to work on some T1 PD. That's what Stasm is doing back here with his engineers as well. But Maximus actually picks up that second rank in vet and says, you know, that was a good day's work. Actually, no. He decides that he wants to go back in. Point defense, though, are up for both Stasm and Dante. There is a very large exchange happening up here as well. Two gun comms going at it. Sarge is going for a little bit of point defense creep of his own. But he's using T2 engineers and utilizing the gun comm to buy his engineers a little bit of time. Air engagement definitely goes the way of playing on Android. These interceptors look like they're kind of out of fuel, even though they're not. Stasm has been well and truly pushed back from the front line. Does have engineers though out getting some reclaim, so he will be able to benefit from that. These Medusa though starting to get into the front line, or through the front line. Starting to get in through the front line, through the side door, something or other. They're getting through something like that. And a little run by up here at the top. Might end up going to split screen. See if I end up jacking it up. So on the right hand side here, we've got a push routed, or on the left hand side, sorry, your other right, Hunter. Push routed, actually really on both sides. So Medusa are gonna run into Mantis, hopefully. This push on the left hand side of the screen has now been rerouted and redirected. These Cerberus turrets are now taking a pounding from these Zuis. They are dishing it out just as much as they are taking it. Rowan's commander is in kind of a dangerous position here. Getting pelted by these Cerberus turrets, drops down to 4k HP. We're going to go back to a single screen here as we watch this unfold. Rowan drops below 1K. He is out. First one ejected, I believe. Sarge surviving on about 6,300 HP. Well, Team 1 is definitely going to feel pretty good about that. Oh, well, this is what they're not going to feel good about. They're not going to feel good about these mercies coming in from playing on Android. 4 more, that's going to be enough to mop up the commander. Boom. 1-for-1 trade. So that's going to be the northern kind of lane on this map has been vacated from the 2 higher rated players, or 2 of the higher rated players in the game. That's going to give either playing on Android or Maximus another starting base. Same with Dante or Stasm. Stasm actually pushing in against this gun commander with a handful of T1 units. Maximus getting to work on some manufacturing facilities back here as well. And I'm pretty sure that push is going to peter out. I wonder where that came from. Peter out. Is there like a guy named Peter that was just always out of like peanut butter or something? I don't know. Answers in the comments if you know where that euphemism or colloquialism or whatever you want to call it came from. I like using big words because they make me sound smart, even if I don't necessarily know what they mean. Mercy's coming in on Stasm, 7,300 HP. 3 Mercies, I don't think that's going to be enough to take him down. We'll see, though. Drops him down to... Oh, okay, 200 HP. All right, that was way closer than I thought that was going to be. All right, well, there's another one on the way. That's not good. That's not good. Dante, you need to move your interceptors. Oh, no. He's not committing with it. He might have been able to make it. Maybe. No, he's definitely not going to make it. If Dante is paying any bit of attention, which he is, it's going to get shot down immediately. Oof. Surviving by the skin of your teeth, sir. Things quiet down a little bit as people decide to think about what their next best strategy is going to be. So looking at things on it from an eco perspective, I believe Dante is our chip leader. No, he's not. Wait a minute. Let's go to total mess. Total mess accrued. So Dante has collected the most massive 41k, followed by playing on Android, and Maximus with Stasm bringing up the rear. And looking at mass income, it's really jumping all over the place because these guys are reclaiming so much. But it looks like Dante is ahead with the most steady income in the upper 80s, lower 90s as far as mass collected. Stasm benefiting from a lot of this reclaim, of course, and Dante actually with broadswords out too. So making the jump to T3 air, got his interceptor shadowing it. I want to take out that radar. Good show. Maximus brings in his interceptors to respond. It's kind of like shooting a BB gun at a freight train. Although, if you have enough BB guns, you can cross the freight train to leave and then die. Dante now without enough interceptors to be able to respond to it. Both Maximus and playing on Android making good investments into the air game. Maximus with some T1 bomber action out to assist his land forces that have been dispatched to deal with this incursion on his base, his forward manufacturing facilities. And Stasm ends up losing a good number of units there. Does bag a couple of factories and kills a good number of engineers, so here's a trade there. Everybody's reclaiming there. Dante has actually got his commander out to Sarge's old base to set up a new manufacturing facility, and actually lots of land factories queued up from playing on Android. He's just planning on building land factories all the way into Sarge's base. And playing on Android and Maximus have been gentlemen about this this split in resources. 2 mass extractors apiece. Still have a couple mercies just kind of bumping around there. And sharing is caring as Dante is sending a couple of power generators to Stasm. Stasm must be trying to get his own power infrastructure up and online. That will undoubtedly help them do it a good deal quicker. Up at the top, though, Auroras are looking to rain on Dante's parade here. Try and turn this base into the first level of hell. Dante doing a tap dance, though, around these Auroras. Taking them out. Auroras don't work with as much, don't have as much HP as the normal T1 battle units do, so nowhere near as good in close quarters against the commander as really any of the other factions. And that's actually our first ASF coming out from Dante as well, so T3 Air, actually whole flight of ASFs. Whole flight of ASFs out. Stasm's also got some manufacturing facilities over here in Sarge's old starting base. But so Dante has kind of a stranglehold on T3 Air right now. Okay, so playing on Android is at T3 Air, but he might have just gotten there. I don't see any T3 engineers on the field. So he is a little bit behind in the air game here. Been working with obsolete T2 tech for the last 10 minutes or so. And good amount of Cerberus is there being set up for Maximus, so this kind of turning into the Western Front here. These units are just reenacting various battles. Battle of the Somme, where very little ground is gained or lost. There's lots of artillery involved. Looks like Dante, though, wants this island in addition to his top island. Broadsword dispatched is going to deal with the Sky Slammers first, ideally. Then make his way to the Medusa's radar and ultimately the mass extraction points. And there is only interceptors out for Maximus, and playing on Android has just made the jump for T3, so probably doesn't have a very large contingent of interceptor ASF of his own yet. Yep, looks like there's only one Corona out for him, so see how much damage these interceptors can do before these mexes go down. One is down, second to follow. Broadsword's still looking relatively healthy as it drops into the red, so I meant healthy. By healthy, I meant pretty damaged, and that's going to be it for that little run. 2 mass extractors down, though, so you can't really complain about that. There's no engineers here, and this land factory is not completed, so Maximus is going to have to airlift more engineers there if he wants to rebuild that island. But speaking of airlift, Dante making a move with his courier at the same time as a rather large land battle is happening up in the north. Manufacturing facilities for playing on Android under threat from this mix of T1 and T2 Cybran units. Got Rhinos, Mantis, Medusa, Sky Slammers. Got the whole team there. But there is a coalition from Maximus as well as playing on Android. They're going to be able to mop that up and actually mount a pretty impressive counteroffensive on their own. There's very little defense in between this giant massive units and either Dante's base. Stasm does have a little bit of a contingent that is making a move. And these units there is not a lot stopping them. There are a good amount of Auroras as well as some Fervors in this mix from playing on Android as well, and that's going to be putting Sarge's old base under pretty serious threat here. It's a bold strategy. We'll see how it plays out for them. Sky Slammers are the ones to lead the charge. And Ambassador takes out, wow, a lot of units there. That little mushroom cloud of a little tactical nuke. Lots of T1 mobile AA in this mix, not a whole lot else though. Does pose a little bit of a threat to the Ambassador, just because of how many of them there are. But oh, I would love a nice little strategic bomb, or a nice little strap bomb in this clump of units. But you can go for that little clump too. Corona's coming in though. Dispatch the Ambassador. Wasps hot on their case. Gonna let them get away though. They had lime in their Coronas, so it's acceptable. Dante's Calm though looking a little dangerous. Triads going up here from some T1 into T2 engineers. It'll help blunt the aggression. And it looks like we got another Triad further back in the base as well. That'll help protect some of the more critical infrastructure while these guys deal with taking out just as many units as they can. This is pretty much it though for the units. And these Triads are still cranking. One of them is about to go down. There's still one operational though, and these guys are focusing down any T2 units that come in first. And we do have Auroras in among the more critical infrastructure now. Broadsword gets sent to dispatch these units. But probably not enough gas in the tank here for Team 1 to do any serious damage here to Dante's base, especially with the broadswords mopping things up. And that is going to be it for that little push. They did destroy 2 Triads. And Dante's Calm is eating a bunch of fervor fire unnecessarily. Broadswords will mop that up in no time. Dante though moving in for an air crush here. And then decides to show his ass to the enemy and run away. Probably could have gotten air superiority there. UEF air superiority is so tasty because they have broadswords. And then broadsword we'll call Danny Boy. I've had all these movie references pent up in my mind for the last like 5 days because I haven't been able to do a cast, and now they're all coming to fruition right now. Playing on Android though seems to be determined to build a line of T1 factories into Sarge's old base here. I don't think you need that many T1 factories. That's a lot of T1 factories. Might be a good idea to go for some more ASF. Yes, Air HQ is not producing. Does build a scout plane or a spy plane. So wants to grab a little bit of intel, I guess, before switching back over to ASF production. Stealth on the way for Stasm, who has hidden his comm in the upper pond, or the lower pond. Attempted drop there from Maximus gets taken out by the AA of the broadswords. You don't usually see broadswords AA do a whole lot. They're earning their, those AA gunners though are earning their paycheck there. From an eco perspective, Team 1 has accrued a good deal more eco than Team 2 has. And we do have a Monkey Lord under construction here for Max. At about 16,000, 18,000 HP here, so coming up on 40% of the way done. Broadswords do engage, Coronas are dispatched to protect, but in so doing leave themselves vulnerable to the wasps of Dante. Swarm them. Two do make it away. This one's still a maybe. He's actually going to die to just the ground-based AA, and another Corona that comes in over the top. We have a hero Corona, a Maverick right there. We're going to take on the entirety of Dante's Air Force. Should have bugged out and saved his aircraft. Another little probing assault here from Stasm. This one is, though, under cover of these deceivers, these mobile stealth fields. These things are so incredibly annoying to play against, which is why I love Cybern so much, because normally I have them on my team. And they're great. T1 units, though, sent in. Just kind of right-clicked in. These rhinos should make mincemeat of those auroras. They're standing still, though. They're going to take a lot of fervor fire. Fervors, even though they're not great mobile artillery, do still pack a punch as compared to the aurora's primary weapon. How much reclaim is there on this side of the map now? There's about 15,000 reclaim on this side of the map. Should be prioritized for sure. The Monkey Lord that we were talking about earlier has now completed for Maximus. Deciding, I think, right now what he wants to do with it. Your best option would just be to walk into Stasim's base with it. You got a good army here. We do have some bricks on the field, so T3 support for the Monkey Lord to deal with all of the T1 units, as well as the hoplites and any rhinos that the Monkey Lord just hasn't gotten around to, though. Stasim's going to make another push. 2 bricks, 4 defending, as well as a bunch of Cerberus turrets. I don't see this push ending super well there for Stasim. And he realizes his mistake. Bricks begin waddling away very slowly. This one might. Yeah, this one's not gonna make it. One of them will, though. Oh, we got a little TAC missile battery up here for playing on Android, harassing the northern base here for Dante. I got T2 radar, it looks like, as well as one mech's upgrading to T3, and he's going to end up losing that. That's not going to feel too good. That was about 80%. So roughly 3,000 mass that was thrown away. He's going to end up losing another T2 mechs there. Goes to work on upgrading this one, actually, and then that one I would imagine would be next on the menu for these missile launchers. The Monkey Lord, though, is on the move. Do have a couple of bricks here on the front line for Stasim. He will have just now seen that there is a Monkey Lord on the front line. His bricks are doomed. And so is his T1. Monkey Lord eating some T2 point defense fire, both from some triads that Dante has been gracious enough to set up, as well as from a couple of Cerberus turrets back in the back line. Monkey Lord's just going to take that in the face and keep on waving. What he's not going to take in the face and keep on waving, though, are these 8 or so broadswords that are locking in on him. And that is just going to evaporate the Monkey Lord's HP. Playing on Android. ASFs are in patrol. That is going to be a dead Monkey Lord right there. Oh, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. Bouncer's a little bit too late here to the party. Still might pick off one of the broadswords. Yeah, I do pick off one. Could make it two there. Potentially. Yep, two are down. Coronas do intercept here. About half engage with Dante's Air Force, and the other half end up going after the broadswords. But he takes a pretty bad turn there. Ends up losing a lot of his Coronas. There are a lot of bouncers though in the mix here, so I'm counting 3 bouncers there for Maximus. Dante loses a couple of ASF as well as 2 or 3 broadsword in the retreat from that fight. So even though he has won the air game, there is enough ground-based AA from Maximus to at least make this interesting a little bit. Hoplite gonna get eviscerated from the Viper fire. And Dante and Stasm actually doing a little bit of teamwork here. Team building a Monkey Lord of their own. And that Monkey Lord needs to come up in the near future. Wow, we got another one already from Maximus. So Maximus is cranking these bad boys out on an assembly line. You have another one already in production? Nope, he switched that up and is going for a megalith this time. That will take a good deal longer to finish. But Maximus not committing with the Monkey Lord or his army just yet. Is benefiting a good deal though from the reclaim of his initial Monkey Lord wreck. And there we go. Alright, so Stasm's Monkey Lord is done. Team 1, if they were paying attention, will have scouted that. And we got another one queued up there for Team 2. Rick is able to mop up a lot of these engineers. And we do have another push up at the top from Stasm. So Stasm has worked very hard to evict playing from Android from this forward factory position. It looks like he appears to have finally done it. So Monkey Lord from Stasm moving out with very little support against the Monkey Lord with an army. And up to the north, there's a very unfortunate placement for those T2 PD, as they are losing an argument with one of the rocks. Those AA turrets unleash a hellfire. Bombers dispatched though. Should be able to help the PDs deal with this northern army. Bombers also dispatched there for Stasm, but only 6 or 7 of them against the Monkey Lord, only take out about 3,000 HP. This northern push is starting to deal some infrastructural damage here. There was a GC on the way there for playing on Android. A lot of these engineers are now going to die. Getting eruptors put together in pretty short order actually, but eruptors are not going to be enough to deal with the T2 units that are knocking on his door right now. Or maybe they will. I'm speaking completely incorrectly. Brick also dispatched from Maximus to help contain this. But T3 power generator under threat here. If he targets the T3 power generator and not the brick, he could do some damage. Looks like he's just going to target the brick and then lose his army. Which is, you know, unfortunate. Unfortunate to say the least. I hate to see missed opportunities like that. This Monkey Lord, though, for Maximus has been moved back to a little bit safer places. This is a good mix of T2 and T3 units. We got bricks, bouncers, rhinos, lots of Vipers on the field. That is a pretty formidable force, if I do say so myself, and I just did. But from a mass gathered perspective, Team 1 really starting to run away with it here. Almost 30k up over Team 2. Maximus really doing work here with his reclaim. Chip leader now at 248k mass. Not reclaimed, but total generated. Dante is up on a T2 upgrade up here, so we'll be looking to firebase that and make it a little bit more secure. But the Monkey Lord does move out here for Stasm. And Maximus will only see the longer range cannons, but now he sees the laser, so he should know that there's a monkey there. We'll see though if he's paying attention. Does not look like he is, so monkey's getting free put downs on these Sky Slammers. And a Rhino as well. His army just kind of parked there doing nothing, just taking hits. And now he will react, okay. 2 bricks out in support though. And Maximus might need to bring in his Monkey Lord or his Crab, which I believe is just now completed. Yep, Crab gonna stretch its legs there. Start to get moving. He pulls his primary army in retreat, no doubt to group up with the Monkey Lord as well as the Megalith. Go for one unified push here. There is a strap bomber out for Dante. And playing on Android's commander is under some T2 flak, but he does not have very many ASFs to work with. He has enough to kill the strat though, if the strat just goes in straight over the top. That's gonna kill, oof, good amount of engineers. That's juicy. Civilian casualties. Now the Wasps for Dante turn up and take out the Air Force there for playing on Android. And it looks like the monkeys got into it a little bit. Kids are not all right. Another strap bomber out, going after mexes this time. And another one. So Dante going full in on strategic bomber production. That's going to be, I think, another mex hitting the dust there. And another one. Well, that's actually going after the quantum reactor. Does take a bad turn though, flies over some flak. Needs to get back to safer skies. Oh, but there are 3 strap bombers, and it looks like they're vectoring in on his comm. So playing on Android's comm, in trouble here. Ouch. One more bomb ought to do it. Not enough AA there from playing on Android, and that is going to be it. There's no full share, so not going to be able to transition all of that over. Stasm finishes another Monkey Lord here, but Maximus is now going for full push. So T3 army, Monkey Lord, Megalith against 2 Monkey Lords there from Stasm. Wow, that Megalith does work against the Monkey Lord. As long as it shoots at it and not a rock. Saw something shiny go through the room. First monkey down to 0. Second monkey soon to follow, it would appear. Megalith still looking relatively healthy there. T1 bombers coming in over the top, and now that Megalith is starting to look a little bit more dangerous, and it goes down before that monkey does. And if he had focused in on the monkey, he might have been able to make that work. There is a pretty large bank of Cerberus turrets, though, that is getting erected from both Dante and Stasm. This army, though, is still a threat. You just march in. Ambassador over the top. Multiple ambassadors over the top. Spreading leaflets and all sorts of other propaganda. Stasm starting laser? You go for a tele snipe? He just got cloaking. It's a little odd. But we'll see. I guess he doesn't want his comm to be seen. But Maximus actually getting some alright penetration here. There's a fat boy that is barely under construction there for Dante, and Dante will take out the fat boy with his own strategic bomber. Doing a little bit more harm than good there. T1 point defense looking to get erected. Broadsword now dispatched. I believe all the bouncers are dead, so this broadsword has free reign at this party. And the broadsword joins the fray. Ambassadors need to be careful about where they drop their bombs so that nothing hits any of the power grid and causes a chain reaction. Oh, that one could be close. Okay, luckily it only takes out a T2 power generator. Collateral damage. The laser is 70% of the way done. Maximus started working on another crab. Decided against it. Has pretty much everything assisting this T3 land factory, which is cranking bricks out right now. He's building a network of T2 factories. Almost right into Sarge's base here. I'll tell you, Team 1, they like building factories all the way across the map. I don't think I've seen them complete it yet, but hey, you know, you reach through the moon and you miss, at least you land among the stars. I guess the stars here would be they get some factories up. These factories might be short-lived though, with broadswords in the area. Lots of good ASF coverage as well from Dante. Maximus trying to make the shift to T3 air. See if that's a little too late there. Let's have a lot of T1, or not T1, static ground AA. That definitely helps. Need some more bricks though. This Monkey Lord is still pretty unhealthy. So with enough effort, enough know-how, enough grit, I have faith in Maximus. What are these bouncer rockets doing? They're just like doing pirouettes in the air. Alright, Monkey Lord has arrived. 20k HP. Cerberus turrets and bricks lay into it. HP starting to fall, but I don't think it's fast enough. Maximus is probably going to end up losing this forward base. And broadswords in over the rear as well, threatening some of the T1 power grid. Was going to get popped, as well as the energy storage. And Stasm's commander is moving towards the front. So he's got cloaking, laser, and T2, so, and 29,000 HP, so pretty tanky commander there. And is he just gonna walk his cloaked comm into Maximus's base? That's some meme stuff right there. Like I said in my Cybran Commander review, Cybran Commanders are big on their memes, man. Can Maximus see this right now? He knows there's a Monkey Lord out here. But I think that's actually Stasm's comm that's firing that. Oh no, it is the Monkey Lord, okay. So he does not see Stasm's comm. He does see the 2 lasers now, so he will see Stasm's comm. And Maximus's comm is right there and goes critical. Push with the Monkey Lord, push with the Commander. Good game, well played, guys. I tell you, there were a couple of times whenever I thought Team 1 had that in the bag, with the experimental push on Stasm's base, the T1 push up at the north. I think there were a couple times Team 1 missed some opportunities there, but of course it's easy for us to say as we know everything, because we can see all and see where all of the economies are in this beautiful, glorious Supreme scoreboard. Whoever made this, if you're watching this game, this is amazing. I don't think I've ever thanked any of the makers of the mods that I use, but whoever made this, the reclaim amount, Supreme economy, all of the mods that we casters as well as players use, you guys are the real heroes here. Like I said at the beginning of the game, if you guys have any replays that you want to send my way to be casted, if you want them to be reviewed, if you just want to play a game with me, message me on Discord. I'm usually on 3, 4, 5 nights out of the week, somewhere in there. It depends on my wife's schedule and whether she wants to play or not whenever she's home. But I really appreciate you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.